Welcome to the chaos. Today I'm going to be looking at the products I have ordered from another Etsy miniature seller. This one is Rum and Resin, which is a name I can fully get behind. This is the package that arrived for me. Let's get it open and see what's inside. It took longer than any of the other sellers I've reviewed so far on the channel for these minis to arrive. However, it was still within the estimate that the seller provided, so they were not late. They just take a bit longer to come out. It's worth bearing that in mind if you're ordering minis, because you want to make sure you get them in time. We do have a business card here and some details on the back. There's a message from the seller, links to their socials, and then some details on the minis, which is really good, especially if you're a first-time purchaser. It just tells you some pieces can be small and a choking hazard, a bit of advice on how to assemble any minis that may come in multiple parts, because plastic glue will not work on resin, explaining why some pieces may be scent supported, a little about the packaging, and we have these polystyrene pieces for packaging, and then underneath that I can see we have some brown paper as well. Here are the two minis I have ordered. Now you might think that the size of the box is ridiculous. However, if you've ever tried to send anything delicate through the post, you know that that amount of packaging is not excessive. So the first pair of minis that I have do come in pieces. I have incubi, and the wings come separately, and they also come with their 3D printed bases. The resin this seller uses is darker than the resin other sellers have used. I honestly do not know much about resin types, colors, things like that. However, the minis do feel sturdy enough. I don't know if my camera will properly focus on the details. They appear to be undamaged, well cured. Very minimal cleanup will be needed, I suspect, with these. This one has some packaging inside, I suspect, because it is such a delicate pair of minis. I have ordered a couple of hags. One of them's actually got slightly caught there, so I'm just going to try and carefully get that out so I don't damage it. Here we go. So you can see the mini there, hopefully anyway. And this one's more of a sort of a swamp kind of witch. And then the bases for both. Again, these miniatures do come with the option of decorative bases. Personally, I would always recommend, if there is a decorative base, you get that, because it does enhance the look of the mini, in my opinion, and it's usually only about £1 more expensive than a plain base or no base. But check the listing carefully, because every seller is different, and even the same listings with the same seller can be different depending on who the model designer is. I would say Rum and Resin, price-wise, a little more expensive than the others. However, I still feel that they are reasonable value for money. Customer service, I can't really comment on. I've had no reason to complain or contact them. However, they do keep me up to date with the progress of my order. And like many small businesses, I'm sure if I had to contact them, I would hopefully have got a response quite quickly. You can check out their Etsy store. I'll put a link in the description box below. I'm very pleased with these minis and I would recommend them to you. However, just bear in mind that it can take a bit longer and be a bit pricier than other sellers. But I will say, when it comes to 3D printed minis, before I started this channel, I ordered a lot of minis that were cheaper than normal, and boy, did it show in the quality. That seller also gave horrendous customer service. They didn't even give any customer service. They actually got quite nasty with me. So yeah, one of the reasons I've decided to do these reviews is so that you can buy with confidence, knowing somebody else, me, has already dipped their toe into the unknown for you. I have previously ordered from Rum and Resin. I've actually primed this sexy pirate, but before priming, she was the darker colour. This is another mini I previously ordered from Rum and Resin, so this is not my first time using them. Feel free to check out Rum and Resin minis for yourself, and you can look back through my other videos if you want to see any of the other sellers I've reviewed. My order is complete, nothing missing and no problems. And just giving them a cursory glance, I actually cannot see any cleanup that needs to be done. Usually with minis, I find there's maybe a little bit of a support that just needs trimmed carefully off. But yeah, with this one, I'm not even seeing that. So that is amazing because it does save a bit of time. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you have used Rum and Resin, or if after watching this video you decide to buy from them. As ever, until next time, happy gaming.